Third down and 20.
The picks for this week. Week 12 picks, me and Steve, we both had a rough week 11. We are now both exactly 500 on the year. Steed, I believe, is 40-40-1. I am 49-49-2. So exactly 500. This is a big week 12 for us. So I'm going to start it off. I'm going to be taking the Rams -7 against the 49ers. This is an annoying pick for me because I really don't know the health of a lot of these guys on the 49ers. But after what I saw from the Rams last week and the fact that Jimmy G is not going to be starting for the 49ers, I just think that this is a game that the Rams win by double digits.
Yeah. Well, I said it earlier. I'm taking the Raiders -3. The Falcons team sucks. They're horrendous. They're not going to win a game. I say that, but they'll win. They're not going to win this week, and they're not going to cover. They're playing at home. They don't cover at home. They lose at home. Raiders -3. They easily win this by a touchdown.
Yeah, I'm going to be telling you on the Raiders -3. I think that this is a really good week for the Raiders. While the Raiders covered the spread last week, I picked the Chiefs in my teaser because I really didn't think the Raiders were going to win that game. It did surprise me, especially, this is a Raiders podcast, and the last time the Chiefs played the Raiders, I took the Raiders. Even though it was like a double-digit spread this time around, I thought the Chiefs were going to have a much better time against the Raiders, which they didn't. And give credit to Derek Carr where credit is due because, my God, he played phenomenally. And I think that that's going to continue this week. I think that the Falcons defense is going to struggle against the physicality of the Raiders, especially after seeing what the Saints were able to do with their running attack up against the Falcons. The only way I think that the Falcons win is if Matt Ryan is able to throw their way out of this game. But with Julio Jones' health in question, assuming I'm not sure he's going to play. So without Julio Jones, I think that the Raiders get a massive advantage this week. So I'm going to be telling you there. My next pick, I'm going to be taking the Thurs +4. I really like what I saw in the Thurs. I don't know about y'all, but I've been saying it week in and week out. This Panthers defense is underrated. They have an underrated group. Yeah, they're young. Yeah, they make mistakes, but they have a ton of talent on that defense. They went all defense in the draft, and it seems to have panned out. And the other thing is that their offense can move the ball. PJ Walker did a fantastic job. I just think that the Vikings pass defense, after seeing what Andy Dalton and the Cowboys were able to do, now you get a legitimately top half of the league passing offense where you should be getting Teddy Bridgewater back. I think that while the Vikings could win this game, I get 4 points and a really good matchup. I'll take the Thurs as a road dog.
Yeah, I have the Thurs as well, pretty much for the same points you made. Teddy Bridgewater coming back would be huge. PJ Walker makes it a little more iffy, but you're right. Their defense is very underrated, and coming in this year, a lot of people were doubting this defense. And what they do through the draft, they draft all defensive players, and it's really panned out for this young group. And I like what I've seen. Now, I'm hoping Derek Brown can stuff Dalvin Cook and neutralize him because Dalvin Cook looks like a man possessed this year. But I like the Thurs here at +4.5. They've been a good team to bet on this year.
I also think one thing that's been nice with them, at least recently, has been kind of like the final, people have been waiting on it for years. Finally, Curtis Samuel's kind of starting to emerge as a legitimate weapon in their offense. So now they have 3 legitimate, dangerous receivers, which I think is the reason they've been playing a lot better the last couple weeks.
All right, my next pick, I'm going to be going with a teaser. Teasers are hot again. Started off hot, then got into a little bit of a lull. Now we're back hot. I'm going to be taking the Packers, a 6-point teaser, Packers -2.5 against the Browns, or against the Bears, and then the Browns -0.5 against the Jaguars. Just fade the Jaguars. That's all I got to say.
All right, my next pick, I'm doing over-under. My over-under hit last week on Monday night. I'm doing an under in the Browns-Jags game, under 49 points. This game is going under. The Jags aren't going to score. The Browns are going to score probably somewhere around 20 points. I see this week as for the Browns, like, just kind of like, you just have to get up and just go out there and win this game. They're not going to, like, do anything dramatic and score a ton of points against this Jags team, I don't think. Jags aren't going to score points because it's the Jags. Under 49 is the play here.
All right. I'm going to be taking. Oh man, I'm actually not a huge fan of this pick. Looking at it, so yeah, I'm scratch. I'm just going to get into my dog of the week here. Then I'm going to be taking my Titans this week as my dog of the week up against the Colts. Just the Colts definitely got the better of the Titans last time they played, but this time around, the Titans coming off a really big win against the Ravens. I think that we're just going to see a Titans team that's truly in that late season playoff form that we were seeing last year, especially if they're able to figure out some more things with their defense. I thought that we saw some really good signs out of them. Yeah, they had a few mistakes, but they're getting better. And I'm just not sure the Colts offense is going to keep up this level of production that they've been putting out. Even though Phillip Rivers has been looking good and their backs have been looking good, I think that they're going to cool off a little bit. So I'm going to be taking my Titans as the dog of the week.
I like that. I was debating Titans, but I think I'm going to reach even a little more for my dog of the week. I'm going to go Chargers over the Bills, plus 5.5, plus 210 on the money line. Chargers are going to beat the Bills this week. Justin Herbert's going to light up this Bills defense. He's been struggling in the secondary. And I think the Chargers defense can make enough plays. Like we touched on earlier in the rankings, the Bills' running game has been suspect. I think the Chargers have enough pieces on the defense to neutralize that and keep that to where Josh Allen has to make enough plays so they can get a couple turnovers and help out Herbert. And Chargers are in a lot of these games. Herbert's been playing extraordinary. So I like a little upset, little trap game for the Bills. Chargers win this game outright.
I was thinking about taking the Chiefs, but I'm not liking that just because it's always tough to bet against Brady when he's a dog and people are down on him. So I'm going to be replacing that. I'm going to take the Broncos plus 5.5 against the Saints. I know the Saints just had a good win up against the Falcons, but I'm getting 5.5 for still an underrated Broncos team that has been really good against the spread this season. This is a Broncos team that has a really good running attack that people are really underrating. And now, like we said earlier with the Taysom Hill thing, we get some film on Taysom Hill with a really well-coached Vic Fangio defense. The Broncos, y'all burnt me the last time I took you, but now I'm getting more points up against a Saints team, but I get y'all at home. Let's just cover this 5.5, and let's get me back to positive on the year with my picks.
Yeah, I got the Broncos as well for those points. I
don't like that we're taking all the same picks
good.
again, Steed.
Are we?
I got a bad feeling.
Well, I got like 2 more picks I don't think you're gonna take. Do you have any more picks after
I'm
this?
done.
Oh, you're done?
I'm done. I'm chilling. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm taking Chiefs minus 3.5. I know you said you scratched it. Chiefs minus 3.5. Bucks are fake. We've always talked about was Brady's downfall, just generate pressure. The Chiefs can easily do that. And of course, you get Patrick Mahomes. It's still just one of those things that the Chiefs line is just this small. I'm always going to take them because we know how well they cover games that are double digit or whatever. They cover at such high rate. So I'm going to take a minus 3.5. Then I'm going to go. I'm trying to find another over/under. I'm going to go over in the Cardinals-Patriots game, over 49.5. Don't love it. Just saw it. Just going to ride it. Over 49.5. I'm going to take it. I originally had Cardinals minus 2.5. Then I thought, no, this has a Patriots winning by 3 written all over it. So I'm going to go over 49.5.
You got any picks you like this week, Lunas?
Like what I like the Chiefs -3.5 or yeah, -3.5 for them. I kind of like I know it's a big number because Nick Foles is out. I like the Bears Green Bay -8. I honestly I like them for that. The Bears offense has been completely dead. I think the Packers are going to want to bounce back. So I like them minus it's 8.5. I like them at that line.
Wait a minute, Nick Foles is out, so Trubisky's back.
I'm not sure if
Trubisky's health
Trubisky's
is
back
in
from injury.
question too.
Dude, if Trubisky's playing, I'm taking the Bears.
I don't know if he is.
You know, one line that I was thinking about taking, which I can't do it after trashing the Eagles offense so much, is that I actually do like the Eagles plus 5.5, simply
Dude, don't do
because
it.
taking them. But I'm saying that this is a home dog with a really good defense. And at the end of the day, I think that Carson Wentz, this may come off as a hot take, but I don't think Carson Wentz played as poorly as people think he did against the Browns. As we showed a lot of the tape from this week, I think a lot of the problems with that Eagles offense this week in particular, not all the other weeks, but this week, was with their offensive line and their playmakers. I actually think that Carson Wentz did finally, try to take what the defense gave him a little bit. Every other week before this, Carson Wentz was trying to be a hero. I think this week he kind of stepped back from that a little bit for better or for worse, but that Browns defense was just getting home all night. This is a Seahawks team that, aside from last week, struggled with consistent pressure, not getting sacks. They have struggled with consistent pressure, moving the quarterback off of his spot. And I think that Wentz has shown at least that when teams struggle to move him off his spot and when he doesn't move and start running out of the pocket and do stupid stuff, that he can tear up defenses and make good throws. That's been the positive for him this season. When he has time and he's able to survey the defense and he's comfortable in the pocket, he's able to make throws because the guy's got really good arm talent. So, but I'm not taking the Eagles, and I would want more points than 5.5. I do think that is the line that I was thinking about it, but I think that if you're someone that's really on the Seahawks, I would think twice, especially, from what the Eagles historically have been able to do against that Seahawks team.
A fair point. It's going to be an interesting game because the Eagles' problem has always been against the blitz, and the Seahawks can't really pass rush for much. I know they were pretty successful last game with Dunlap, but I don't know if that's going to happen this week. I think I'd probably have the Seahawks winning that game, but I think I'm with you with the Eagles plus 5.5. Like I think it ends up being like a 3 or 4 point win for the Seahawks.
Yeah, I'm not taking the Eagles as my dog of the week again. And the problem with the Eagles is that
There's a
they
lot.
just do so much stupid crap and they turn the ball over more than every other team that it's like they can go out there and if you turn the ball over 2 times against that Seahawks team, you're going to lose. But
Yeah.
I do think that Carson Wentz and Doug Peterson are finally starting to address some of their major issues. And, things were going wrong against the Browns. Now, this is going to be a week where they're not going to be able to consistently run the football, I don't think, against Jamal Adams and against that really stout Seahawks run defense. But I think that this is a week where Carson Wentz may actually be able to find his groove against a historically bad Seahawks pass defense. Don't let too much recency bias make you forget about how bad this Eagles pass defense has been.